Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 327. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon Dodge here, and welcome back to another juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. So, enough chit-chat, guys. Let's not drag this intro out. We have some juicy stuff to talk about today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first news story is about Nia Jax. So, normally I wouldn't touch the situation with her with like a 20-foot pole, just because everyone has mixed kind of feelings and opinions about her or whatever. But I believe people are starting to finally see it my way. Nia Jax is a very unsafe worker, a very dangerous wrestler, and someone who really should have never made it to the WWE. I mean, maybe people are starting to see it like that, and maybe that's a bit harsh from me. But I'm sick of like her not taking. I don't know what she's doing in reality backstage. But as the public image, she's proud to be hurting people. So if you guys haven't heard the newest one, it was Kairi Sane and Nia Jax just dropped her head like on the turnbuckle, and it's just like looks nasty. It's all over the internet if you guys haven't seen it. But basically, Nia Jax was running her mouth about Ronda Rousey. I guess she still is, about Ronda Rousey being an unsafe worker and injuring Alexa Bliss. But Ronda Rousey's a freaking actual fighter. She's used to actually hurting people on purpose, so forgive her if she's not used to protecting each other. But you are a trained professional wrestler. You went through the performance center and all that. There was no reason you should be dangerous, and especially be proud of being dangerous. This isn't really news or anything. If you saw Raw, you know what I'm talking about. It's just, this is a new show where I like to give my opinion, so I'm going to give my opinion about this, and it's total bullcrap why she's even on the main roster right now, and why she hasn't been demoted yet, and why she was even brought back. So this is complete trash, in my opinion. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and the next news story. It's a bit of a troubling one. So this one's kind of all over the internet right now. So this is about a WWE employee, possibly a wrestler, not really out there. It's kind of an anonymous kind of situation. So a WWE wrestler has said they were forced to work during the shutdown, the whole deal, which I'm trying to like go around the bush because I can't actually say it, because YouTube does not like that word, and they will hate your video if you say that word. So basically, the virus situation. This person went to, instead of going to human resources at WWE, they basically went public to like the state of Florida and made this whole public ordeal saying they were forced to work during the government shutdown. Well, government shutdown. I don't know how to go about this, but the lockdown, the state being closed off, the stay-at-home orders. They were basically forced to work by WWE in the like pre-taping or whatever. So they were forced to work. That's basically the rule they were going forward to the state of Florida with. And WWE came back and be like, no, that is not the situation. And they said the reason they didn't go to WWE directly is in fear of being fired, which sounds like something someone would do. And I don't want to say the name because the freaking puppet will appear. But yeah, guys, like I mean, I don't know what kind of employee this is. They were essential enough to have to be there for the taping, so I don't know if this would be like just someone working on the show, if this would be a wrestler or something. Who knows? All we know is John is what they refer to as, and I don't know if that's a code name or if that's actually their first name. I have no idea, but anyway, guys, WWE released a statement saying this is not factual. We would have not released anyone. We're willing to make accommodations or whatever. They just could have came forward and remained anonymous by doing through human resources at the WWE. And it just turned into like a mess. It's all over media everywhere. The WWE is like forcing them to like be slaves or whatever and work during this, even though it's completely unsafe and all this other crap. It's just a total media nightmare for them right now, which, it's always a media nightmare for WWE, it seems, but it's just the way it is, I guess. So there you guys have it. Those are actually the only confirmed news stories I talked to you guys about today. And now we're going to talk about some unconfirmed ones, which, are also called rumors. So if you guys like some WWE rumors, stay in store, because I'm going to use my catchphrase here, which is on a t-shirt for those interested on the Brandon Dodge merchandise store. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news stories, and now we're going to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about Lana. So if you guys haven't heard, okay, I just got to clear this up because people don't understand what a storyline is. Lana is not married to Bobby Lashley for the love of God. She is not actually in real life married to Bobby Lashley. It's a storyline, scripted television. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so basically Lana is obviously still in the WWE, but her actual husband that she's actually still married to, Rusev, has been released by the WWE. There's a lot of like mixed kind of things about why he was released. I think the plausible one is that contract thing. He decided not to renew the contract, and it just kind of expired. It was released on the contract earlier. Before it expired or something, just kind of like make things a little more smoother for him. But basically, his wife is still working for the WWE, so it kind of splits up them a little bit. I mean, obviously, one of the great examples recently that of this happening was Renee Young and Dean Ambrose. They're kind of the whole split up thing, but you know, they're doing their own thing. They're different people. They're working for different companies and, you know, just working their jobs, I guess. So Lana, it looks like the rumor is saying that Lana is going to remain with the WWE for the foreseeable future. So yay, we're stuck with Lana instead of Rusev. Alright, the next rumor. The next rumor is about Money in the Bank, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So if you guys haven't heard, Money in the Bank is not going to be, obviously, it's not going to be there with a crowd. Even though they're starting to lift kind of some of these stay-at-home orders and stuff and starting to open some stuff back up. So it's looking like it may have been possible to do the show anyway. But anyway, they went ahead and canceled the show. And instead of doing it at the Performance Center, they decided to do something different. I don't know if all the matches are going to be like this, but basically it's on the freaking roof. Like the freaking roof of the WWE headquarters in Connecticut. Like it's on, like literally on the freaking roof. So it's very cool, I do have to say. Just don't fall off the roof when you fall off of the ladder, I guess. But basically, the rumor here is that they've actually already pre-filmed the entire Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It is completely pre-filmed. It's completely ready to go. Ready to be played on, May 9th or 10th. Completely ready to go. So Money in the Bank is already out of the way. They're not doing anything for Money in the Bank Live, just like they didn't for WrestleMania. So Money in the Bank is already pre-filmed and ready to go. So even though we don't know it, there's already a 2020 Mr. and Miss Money in the Bank, I don't know, briefcase champion or whatever. I think it's just Money in the Bank and just leave it at that. But yeah, so that's already happened. There's no leaks or anything because WWE threatened anyone who leaks anything from pre-tapes are going to get immediately fired if they're figure out who it is. But yeah, guys, so that's already pre-taped. All right, the next rumor. This has to do with the pre-tapes actually, but not to do with Money in the Bank. So this has to do with just normal WWE television pre-tapes. So Vince McMahon has changed his freaking mind again. And what has basically happened, guys, is Vince was pre-taping all the shows, like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, pay-per-views, all pre-taped, ready to rock and roll. So they pre-film a bunch of them, and the wrestlers could just, you know, go home and be safe for a little while before they have to pre-tape another round of them. Well, he's changed his mind on that, and he was wanting to do live shows because he was scared that he was going to lose money from the contracts with these television networks, like USA Network, Fox. He was scared he was going to lose money if they weren't live because he's contracted to do live shows, not pre-tape shows. So then we went back to live shows, and it was like every show has to be live, and then of course that upsets everyone because no one can stay at home and be safe. And then this week, get this, guys, Vince has changed his mind again, and we're back to pre-tapes. There's a reason for this. Apparently, the television networks came forward to Vince and told him that we're due to the circumstances, we're not going to be canceling the contracts, reducing the contracts, or anything if you have to pre-tape because you can't do live shows because of the circumstances. So don't worry, we're not taking any of your money. So now we're back to pre-tape, which is really better for everyone, even though, I don't know, live wrestling just has a different feel for some reason. But, you know, we're back to pre-tapes, which is just in the best interest of everyone. So that's what we're doing for now until he changes his freaking mind again.
You know, Brandon, I wasn't even going to be in this video, but I just can't take this anymore. I can't think, why is everyone in my business know what I do? If I want them to work when they're not supposed to, they will, because I own them.
Okay, sorry about that. That was very disturbing. Okay, on to the next rumor. All right, the next rumor. The next rumor is about Roman Reigns. So there's this rumor going around right now that that guy, Vince. Ah, crap! I said it out loud.
Okay, who made this rule that I have to show up when you say my name? Because I'm not doing that no more. Screw that. Say my name all you want. But if you say my name, you're paying me. That's that. Now I'm going back to bed. Thank you.
Okay, Vince. Okay, we're gonna get into it now. So basically, Vince McMahon has made this wonderful decision to do with Roman Reigns that we're actually not gonna be allowed to mention Roman Reigns on WWE television. Which is a little concerning because he kind of blacklists things he doesn't like, you know, Chris Benoit, kind of stuff like that. He kind of blacklists and does not want it mentioned ever. And basically, Roman Reigns is one of those things that have been kind of blacklisted. Do not say Roman Reigns on WWE television. It has a lot to do with, you know, him not being on WWE television because he does not want to be, you know, out right now. He's trying to stay safe. He doesn't want to be anything, and he's going to be gone for the foreseeable future until this whole, you know, virus situation kind of blows over. So Roman Reigns is a no word on WWE television for whatever reason. I don't know if that means something's bad between WWE and Roman Reigns. I would think so, because like Roman Reigns is the chosen one, the new chosen one by Vince. So I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but maybe just don't mention him until he returns to TV. Maybe that's the rule. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the next rumor is about WrestleMania 37. So WrestleMania 37 is supposed to be, and I say supposed to be, you'll see why. It's supposed to be in the, they have some kind of weird sponsor on it, which I'm not promoting them. So it's the Hollywood Park Stadium that they just built, you know, in Hollywood, California, Los Angeles, whatever. So it's supposed to be there, but the governor of California, I guess, or the mayor of Los Angeles, whatever the freaking title is, I don't care, has basically said he doesn't believe that any shows are going to be possible in the Los Angeles area for at least another year. And WrestleMania is just, you know, just shy of that year window, so it's possible WrestleMania might not happen in Los Angeles, and WWE know that. So what WWE have done is they have a backup plan now. They have a 100% backup plan, and apparently a new stadium already ready to go in case, and they're just ready to go. So WrestleMania 37 obviously might not be in California. This is something we've talked about in previous episodes, but apparently now WWE have a whole nother plan and a whole nother like state and everything's already set up in case they have to switch over. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I'll be talking about inside of this WWE News video. So it's about the Smackdown hackers, okay? So Smackdown has hackers now, I guess. So if you guys haven't seen the promo packages that I'm talking about, I don't know, they're on YouTube somewhere. But I'm going to show you video. Oh, Lord, hopefully I don't get, like, taken down for this. But it's edited special video. So basically, somehow these people on Twitter have taken the footage, the video of the segments of the promos with the, like, you know, the distorted voice, which we're like, who's this about? And they've kind of taken the filter off somehow, and we can actually recognize who the voices are. So and one of the packages is actually Mustafa Ali, which, hey, that's cool. But the next package, it's someone completely different. It's Chad Gable. So I don't know if they're just using random people backstage to kind of they have indie voice because it's going to be distorted, so just use anybody's voice backstage who could do like a voiceover recording. So I don't know if they're just using random people, you know, to kind of have a voice on the thing. Someone's going to say the lines and distort the voice. It doesn't have to be the actual person who the promos are about. So, I mean, it's just like a Hollywood kind of like movie editing, video making kind of trick, and if anyone would know, it'd be a YouTuber who actually deals with this kind of stuff. So let's just roll the video footage before I get into anything else. So video footage, here we go.
Were you paying attention? I told you. The truth will be heard.
Some keep their friends close, others keep their enemies closer.
So obviously it does sound like Mustafa Ali, it does sound like Chad Gable, but the question is this actually their deal? Do they actually use the voice of the person, even though it's going to be distorted and no one would recognize the voice? Do they still use the person's voice? Or are they just using random people to do the voice because they're going to distort it, it's going to sound the same anyway? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see, honestly, guys. But, I mean, my guess is they're just using random voices and it's actually nothing to do with them. It could be anyone. I mean, hell, it could be like Vince McMahon next week and they just distort the voice. But, guys, we'll just have to wait and see. I have no clue, but that's just like my video kind of in the field kind of guest. So there you guys have it. That's actually going to do it for this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a like. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. That is absolutely free. And if you want to help support the channel outside of YouTube, there's 2 different ways you can do so now, since kind of things are kind of shut down, I guess, in different ways. Obviously, there's the Brandon Hodge merchandise store where I have some cool Brandon Hodge shirts and stuff. And also, there's Cameo. If you guys want a personalized video shout out by yours truly, go to Cameo and book it for only $10. Or don't. It just kind of supports the channel if you can. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.